GMS Atlanta camp. We're here on another Saturday with another message to the Hebrew Israelites, which are the so-called blacks, the so-called natives, and the so-called Hispanics. Before we get into this message, we're going to start off by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem HaKadosh. And we want to send double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS who do rule and who do teach well, who are the true leaders of the Israelite awakening. All right? These are the vessels that the Most High has used to bring these bones back to life, according to Ezekiel chapter 37. And today, what we're going to do is we are going to feel the shoes of our big brother. Our big brother is Yahweh Shai. And as we read in the New Testament, every time Yahweh Shai, the one who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, every time he was reading, most of the time, Salaka, it was from the book of Isaiah. All right, and so what we're going to do today is, for example, we're coming across the music or the shoes of our bigger brother, which is Yahweh Shai. And when you come across the music of your bigger brother, it gives you an idea of who he is, right? I'm like the middle child, so when I would come across the CDs and my bigger brother, CDs, this was before MP3 and before the iPod, it gave me an idea, I would put in oldies or whatever it would be, and we would vibe out, so okay, like, so this is who he is. And so we're going to get into the book of Isaiah chapter 10, because I feel like it's encompassing the theme of what's going on right now. However, we're going to open up with Job 20, verse 5, if the brother can.
God, this is Job 20, chapter 20, and verse 5. And it reads that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Right, and so who is the wicked? We could line that up with Malachi 1 and 4. Esau is the border of wickedness. The wicked is Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. Okay? And so
Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. And it reads, For, behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly, shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Verse 2, But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
Verse 4.
God. Verse 4. Going down to verse 4, excuse me. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant. And it reads, which I command unto him and Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments.
No, you want Micah 4 and 4.
Oh, so like you.
Malachi. No, it's all right.
You go ahead, speak. I'm gonna get it.
Right. So, the triumphing of the wicked is what is but for a while, and even though it's been a very short time, I mean, it's only been like 3 weeks since the master wicked Trump has been in office, and I mean, I kid you not, it seems like it's been years, man, because the dude came in with a fury, man.
Yeah.
And so Job 20 verse 5 says that the triumphing of the wicked is but for a while. So as we see these unrighteous decrees, which we're going to get into, we need to bring to mind that this bastard is in the fatness that was given to him, but it's for a short while. And so the brothers can bring it up here because it's going to show who the wicked is.
It's Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
Yep.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Yeah, Esau came back and he rebuilt his fucking kingdom. But he rebuilt it on pure wickedness, man. Which he was already wicked from the beginning. That's why he's known as the wicked. But you know, he came back into power. And shit, DJ Trump is a good example of him coming back into power in the full-fledged of wickedness, man.
Right.
Like you said, this nigga hadn't put the pen down yet. Just
because at one point, after the fall of the Roman Empire, around the year 350, according to Revelations chapter 20, it says that the Most High put a zeal upon him that nobody should fear him. Everyone knew that this man was the devil. He was shit. And so what the brother brought up is that, again, going back to chapter 20, is that he was used for a while to deceive the world, right? And so what they're doing is they're building up. And they're building up according to the image of the Roman Empire, right? So the triumphing of the wicked is but for a while, because the Most High is going to tear down. If we can get into Isaiah chapter 10.
This Isaiah chapter 10, start from the top. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
So woe goes into destruction. So destruction unto them that write unrighteous decrees. And now what is the what has been the headlining news here about the biggest unrighteous decree is that this wicked bastard is trying to prevent the immigrants from coming back to the land that he stole from them. I mean, just to put it in perspective, right? The guy came and stole this land and then built a wall and told the people that he stole it from that you can't come back in. I mean, that is an unrighteous decree in itself.
I have that word decree for you. This is the noun on the online Etamon app, and it reads, special ordinances of regulation by authority. So he has the authority to do some type of special executive orders, man. It's a regulation. It says to decree, it says decide, pronounce a decision. And we know when it comes to Esau Edom on the left hand side, he's known to make left-handed decision making.
Yeah, he is a man of craft counsel, man. All this stuff, all this stuff about we got to get these people out after you paid them, after the previous administration paid them to come in. It's all a plan, man. And all of this leads up to Revelation 13, man, the more. All right, but right now we see an example of the wicked who is writing those unrighteous decrees, man. There is no such thing as an illegal immigrant on the stolen land, man.
yeah, if anything, white boy, you the illegal immigrant.
Right. Because I'll say this, like we see everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody has an opinion, and even 2/3 of our people, man, are saying, well, I believe in immigration, but they got to do it the right way. Who told you to say that? Esau Edom, that's the talking point of Esau Edom. They have to come in the right way. Well, did you come in the right way? No. You came in here with the sword, man. You had the French who were on the track to a complete demise when they landed in Canada, but the only way that they were able to survive was because of the northern tribes showing them how to farm, man. Showing them about the beaver pelt, man. So don't try to put somebody and don't try to have somebody uphold a law that you could never uphold, man. If you can go.
I had a quick one for you, because Cain in the reincarnation, he came back as Esau. Right. He got marked. So this is the brother behind the camera. He mentioned how he stole this land. Yeah. That's more so like a vagabond, a wandering individual. So this is Genesis chapter 4 and verse 10. And he said, "What hast thou done?" The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Verse 11. And now thou art cursed from the earth, and hast opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Because, you know, Cain basically murdered Abel. Okay? Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. So he came back as Esau, Edom, and he still to this day is a fugitive.
He's still
And a vagabond.
A vagabond. A wanderer, right? And we see this bastard trying to pick up properties as he continues on. We just had the announcement a couple of days ago about Trump saying that America is going to take a stake in Palestine. He said, why would they why would they go back to killing? Well, who's doing the killing? The guy standing right next to you. Selected. But if we can continue on to verse 2.
Okay, Con, going back to Isaiah chapter 10, excuse me, and verse 2. And it reads, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
Right. And so, you know, Scripture calls Jacob a warrior, man. And what has this guy done? First thing he did was he didn't step into office and bring down the gas costs. He didn't bring down the food costs. First thing he did was he oppressed the widows, right? He oppressed Jacob, you know. We are in that place, we are in that state where we don't have anything right now, but he still wants to crush us, man. He's, just like Scripture says, he's furthered the affliction, man. And for this, you have a recompense coming. Go ahead.
Real quick, this is Habakkuk 2 and 6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay. Yeah, so it's basically woe goes to destruction. Destruction is waiting for Esau because he done stole Winterland, stole all of this, everything, all the resources, people, and he don't wrap himself in debt that he'll never be able to pay back.
He's still trying to steal, man. Like he's trying to steal the Panama Canal. He's trying to steal Greenland. He's trying to bring Canada in as a 51st state.
Gulf of Mexico.
Right here.
Salaki, brother. Gulf of America.
Right, the Gulf of America. You know?
Yeah, Gaza Strip.
Right. I mean, he's still doing. Scripture says we shall know a tree by its fruits, right? And we're looking at the tree right now. You know. If we'll continue down, I'm trying to get through this.
Going back to Isaiah 10,
Take
now
your
in
time,
verse
bro.
3. And what will ye do in the day of visitation?
Right.
And in desolation, which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? Okay, come. We read verse 3, Isaiah 10 and verse 3. What will ye do in the day of visitation? And in the desolation, which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory?
Right, because there is a day of visitation coming back for the self-proclaimed white man. See, justice and judgment are one in the same, man. You cannot do away with one group of people and expect forgiveness. That's not justice, man. How many times have we seen clips on court TV about the guy singing, I'm sorry, or say, you know, but your apology doesn't mean anything, man. Justice and judgment is a punishment coming to you, man. So what will you do? And these people, these 1%, these globalists, these Illuminati, these powers that be, these deep state, whatever kind of title that you people want to try to put on them, to prevent you from acknowledging that it's one group of people, which is the white race, Esau, Edom, right? These people have an idea of that day of visitation. That's why they have these underground cities, man. And so there's a day of visitation coming. There's a day where the Son of the Most High, Yahweh, whom the world calls Jesus, who his true name is Yahweh, there's a day that your white Jesus, there's a day that you think that your white Jesus is coming back, but it's not what you're waiting for.
Right.
If you can get there.
This is Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Woe unto you, because everyone sees, the world is groaning. Edomites, so-called whites, are groaning. Israel is especially groaning right now. The world is groaning because we're tired. There's a vibration. I mean, how many people 10 years ago, the idea of stocking up food and having solar power was never mainstream, man. It was like they had shows on the fucking History Channel about doomsday preppers where they would make fun of them. But now it's a general thing, man. You have buckets at the Walmart and you have buckets at a fucking Bass Outdoor store of like a 30-day food survival. That is normal because there is a vibration, man.
Yeah.
The wicked has overstepped, man. Like it's done too much, and people are starting to wake up, man. Continue on.
It
Yeah,
says,
bug out bags are norm now.
Right, huh?
it says continuing on, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is serpent bit him.
Yep.
Kind of right. So the day that all these Christians are waiting for, that you think white Jesus is going to come down and take a white person from his $500,000 mansion to his heavenly mansion, from glory to glory. You know what I mean? Like, that's not it, man. This dark day lines up exactly with what this brother's going to go back to.
Going back to Isaiah 10, now we're going back to verse 3, and I'm going to read it in the NLT. And it reads, what will you do when I punish you? When I send disaster upon you from a desolate land, to whom will you turn for help? Where will your treasures be safe?
Right. So that's the day of visitation, man. The day when Yahweh Shai, when the world calls Jesus, comes back, man. That's not a day of saving, man. That's a day of judgment. It's a dark day.
Right.
If you could continue on.
And I'll tell you all, going back.
Verse 4.
Going back to the KJV, Isaiah 10 and 4. Without me, they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this, his anger is not turned away.
Right, because our people have been trampled down, man. Yahweh Shai talked about it, man. It said the city shall be trampled down, man. But that time is coming. It's coming to an end, man. If you can continue on.
Continuing on to verse 4. For all this, his anger is not turned away.
His anger is not turned away. Now, how was the Most High's anger not turned away? Because he left us a remnant, right? He sent us John the Baptist in 1969, right? He sent us the truth, man, because without this truth, man, he has extended his hand, because even when there's all these troubles coming down, man, we have hope.
Yeah, we still got the wine and the oil.
Huh?
Prisoners of hope.
Right. That's his mercy, man. So yeah, even though we may have to go through a difficult time, even though each man here has to go through that straight gate, right? And fire on the left, water on the right, man. Only one man can go in at the same time. But his mercy is that we know it, man. We know what's to come. These people don't have it, man. These people think that even though Trump is coming out and he's doing exactly what Netanyahu is telling him to do, they think that like Q, if that shit's still going on, or like the deep state's gonna like bring it up and then say like, that's not what's gonna happen, man. This story has already been written. That's how we have the book of Revelations, man, because we know what the ending is.
Yeah.
If you can continue on.
We're still in verse 4. Continuing on in verse 4. But his hand is still stressed out still. Verse 5, O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation.
Right. So, this is talking about the Assyrian Empire going in and taking the northern kingdom into captivity, right? But the Most High used the Assyrian Empire as his sword, man. So, look, Esau Edom has been used as the sword. Proverbs 6, if a brother can get that for him, it says, save me from the wicked, which is thy sword,
yeah,
right?
I got you.
Now, I'm going to do this, I'm going to say this quickly, but when you go into the blue letter and you look up the Assyrian, and you don't have to get it, but the root word of Assyrian is ashar, and one of those definitions is one that is blessed, and we know that Esau Edom, blessing is the fatness of the earth, according to Genesis 27, man. So this is Isaiah 10 is talking about the Assyrian kingdom, but it's also talking about Babylon, America, Esau Edom, the one whom the Most High Yahweh has used as a weapon for our chastising. If you can get that.
Come on, this is Psalms chapter 17 and verse 11. Matter of fact, I'll start at 12. It says, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Yahweh,
Arise, O Yahweh, and that's what we're doing right now. We're crying out to the Most High. This is a crime, man. This man is trying to pierce you with the chip. Elon Musk is trying to pierce you with the RFID chip, and we're crying out, just like Exodus, man. And if you're not crying out, and when the Most High comes back in that day of visitation, man, you are going to be counted as guilty, because at that point, the Most High is going to see you in that vehicle with the wicked. All right, that's felony murder, man. You're guilty of murder because you went along with it and you didn't cry out. Continue on.
It says, arise, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
If you can read that back. He said, deliver me from the wicked, which is your sword. Because the Most High uses these other nations as instruments of chastisement, man. Jeremiah 17:4 said that we were going to discontinue from our heritage, but for a while, right? He hid his face from us for a while, but his hand was still stretched out. So the Most High uses these nations as his weapon. If you can read that back.
John, going back to Isaiah 10, verse 5.
With the understanding that the root word of Assyrian is ashar, which means to be blessed. Right? Matter of fact, if you can get that just
Oh, no, you're good.
I
You're
got
good.
you jumping back and forth.
Going to his blessing.
Right. Because again, the root word of Assyrian is ashar, which is to be blessed. Right?
John, now going back to his blessing, Genesis 27 and verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, oh my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. It's always kind, whining. Verse 39. Continue on. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, right? And who is Esau? One of the bloodlines of Esau goes back to the Russians, Magog. And if you look up Russia, they are rich in oil, man. I think the Hebrew word is Rashad or
Oil?
Yeah.
Shamar.
Shamar. Yeah, right.
Shamar.
Shamar is key.
Right. So these Edomites, these white people, have been blessed with richness. Who lives in the nicest houses? White people. Who takes over any country that has a strong resource like gold and like oil and copper? White people. He doesn't stay at home, man.
Right. He's a cunning hunter.
He's a cunning hunter.
I can get the next precept actually goes into that.
Go ahead.
This is Psalm 17, continuing on verse 14. It says, "From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life,
Right.
and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure.
Right.
They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance unto their babes." Right, and like the brother was saying, man, these devils got the fatness of the earth. That's what it's going into. You know, they have their portion in this life. This is their world. You know, this isn't our world. This isn't the world of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is Esau's world, man. This is the white man's world. You know, the so-called white man. You got it.
Scripture said that the wicked's time is here, man. See, they know those elites, those globalists. I'm gonna let this pass. There's a lot of fucking noise out there. A lot of fucking noise today. Two women driving.
Two bitches in the
This bitch is about to see another fucking car.
That's crazy.
They going the wrong way and shit.
Well, she might be on the rag, man. She might need to change that. Who knows?
Was it nigger women?
Look like two Hispanic bitches. Hey, deport their ass.
They stole that.
Read that back where it says,
GTA 6.
This is Psalm 17 and 14. It says, "From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life."
Their portion is in this life. And their portion being the so-called whites, these Caucasians from the Caucasus Mountains. Your portion is here for but a little while, man. And the top 1%, the globalists, the deep state, all you people know this, man. This is, if you can get that.
Con. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, going down to verse 4. And it reads, "And our name shall be forgotten in time."
Our name shall be forgotten in time, because the Most High told us that He was going to blot out Esau, Edom, man. They know our scriptures more than 2/3 of our people know it, man. They know that their time on earth is here, but for a while, man. They know this. This is them talking.
But Baruch Shalom, I thought at verse 1.
Right?
Con. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious.
Our life is short and tedious because they know about 2 Ezra 6 and 9.
What am I reading?
They know about it. If they didn't know about it, why would anyone in the right mind dig a tunnel from the East Coast to the West Coast and build a whole fucking city? You know, there's videos of semi-truck people that are delivering loads to those underground cities, man. Like, why would you build an underground city? You have the fatness of the earth. You have the media. You have every other puppet president bowing down to you, but you still want to go underground. Why? Because they know something. They know that their time on this earth is but for a while, man. They know these scriptures, man. All right? So for those people that don't believe in the Bible, your enemy believes in the Bible, man. Continue on.
Going back to verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy.
Our life is short and tedious. Now these Edomites just had 4 years of a tedious lifetime, having to call a woman a man. That's the most difficult that you guys have had it, man. You know, you guys have been blessed with the fatness of the earth, man. Like that, you having to call a woman a man. There's a video of, I think, the elder from South Carolina. I'm having a brain fart here. Elder Menadezapa. He did a video on it where there's an Edomite picking cotton, saying that's not so hard. He picked cotton one time, man. Like, look, the point that I'm trying to get across here is that the hard times of a white person doesn't compare to the hard times of an Israelite, man. Okay? Continue.
God, going back to verse 1 again. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter, going into reincarnation, as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the movement of our heart, which, being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. Here go the main point you wanted. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud.
Because right now, everyone knows who America is, right? America rules the earth, man. She's the whore that sits upon many waters, right? Like 900 bases, right? And so there's coming a day when Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai comes back down, well, there's going to be no remembrance of him, man. We're going to wipe his ass out. There's a recompense coming. Was there any more on that?
Yeah, it was. Still on verse 4. It says, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with the heat thereof. That's all.
With the beams of the sun, you know, which it brings to mind the beams of the sun bring to mind destruction, man. Right? Because their wiping away comes in the destruction, man.
I got a quick one.
This all gotta be fucking exterminated, man. This dirty ass fucking devil, man. The Lord is coming back to bring judgment to Babylon the Great, which is America. Alright? To these heathens. And 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which consists of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Alright? Because the Lord's tired of this wickedness, man.
The Lord's coming back for judgment. While everyone's skateboarding with some ugly ass backpacks, the Most High gonna come back for judgment, man. You know? Like Scripture says that it's gonna be like the days of Noah, where people were drinking and marrying, man. You know, the wicked think that his house is gonna continue forever, man. But the day of the Most High is coming back.
Got a cool one. This is Psalms 37 and verse 35.
The brother's going to get the etymology on judgment. Because the captain said that the Most High is coming back for judgment. And then we'll give you a precept, and then I'm going to step down.
The word judgment. It says judgment, action of
Judgment is an action.
Ooh.
So something has to be done.
Right.
Right? Judgment is an action, man.
Right.
You gotta pay back what you owe, man. What you owe for what? For killing the so-called blacks, for killing the so-called natives,
Yeah.
for going to fucking job sites, and arresting people that are doing jobs that your bitch ass couldn't do.
Building your country.
Building your fucking country.
Right.
Blowing your fucking lease off your $500,000 mansion. There's an action coming. And the brother read it. The day of judgment.
Hey, Yashamar.
Good.
Ain't no Edomites building that building right now.
Fucking Edomites building that fucking building, man.
Oh, we have a plan to finish this in 2027, but we're gonna deport 50% of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, look. We stand here every weekend, man. And
Yeah.
there ain't nothing but 2/3 and possibly 1/3, 2/3 and possibly people that are dead that have to wake up. There's nothing but so-called Mexicans coming out of here, man.
Yeah.
I don't see no fucking Edomite coming out of here all dirty and sweaty.
Right.
He coming out. I see an Edomite come out with a fucking blueprint.
Right.
With a fucking business suit on, you know.
The architect.
owner, he's tired. His fucking finger gets tired. You're not building shit, man. Right. And that's why after your time of slavery, you have to be destroyed because you're not even going to be a good slave, man.
Right.
I've worked around these Edomites, man. They get tired quick. They get a fucking cut on their fucking hand. They gotta go to the hospital. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Bro, I know from this week, I know they be in that crash house spirit, man.
You gotta be destroyed, man. Like you are only good for a threshing instrument. Salaki, he's gonna continue on. He's gonna continue on with the definition, and then he's gonna get his precept. And
Yeah, keep flowing, bro. Keep flowing.
God. Going back to word judgment. It says action of trying at law, trial.
Action at trying at law.
Yeah.
He that stealeth a man,
Yeah.
that's the law.
Yeah.
What you saw?
Right?
Yeah.
Galatians 6 and 7. The Most High is not mocked. That whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall reap. And you sow nothing but death.
Right.
Nothing but destruction, man. And your time is done. His hand is stretched out, man. And his hand at one point was the remnant, but now his hand is salvation, man. Now we are crying and hoping that we can wrap on that hand, which is that beam. If we be on that number, we can go on.
Capacity for making decisions. And he's making bad decisions. It was a bad decision to kill off these people on these signs, man. Which was habitual hatred.
Y'all had 4 years of high guy, man. Y'all motherfuckers were crying about a $3 for a dozen of eggs. The first thing that this bastard does is, all right, man, what you gonna do? Shit's very fucking expensive. We're gonna deport the Mexicans. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, his spirit is not upright in him, man. It goes back to Genesis 27. Since we got that blessing, he said in his heart, he said, I will kill my brother, man. And when you go back to Genesis 25, the Most High told her, 2 manner of people are in your womb, man. So when we read that scripture that says Esau saying, I'm gonna kill my brother, yes, that's Esau. But that's the nation of Esau, man.
Yeah.
They still have that thinking to this day.
Yep.
Penalty imposed by a court. Just basically,
The Most High has his court, right? He says that he will come down and plead, right? Right. Right here, what we're doing in bringing out these scriptures, man, this is the court of law. We're sending forth accusations, man. We're crying out, man. And judgment day is coming.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to read this, and then I'm going to step down.
This is
Yeah, because you said one of the definitions you said it was the word trial.
God.
Trial was in there.
Yep.
Let me
I
see.
didn't hear that.
Yep. Action of trying at law, trial, capacity for making decisions.
There you go. Esau's on trial, man,
Yep.
along with 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man.
Yep.
Because
Go,
snarky, brother.
Go.
Because hey, the scriptures say hand joined in hand.
Yep.
Our people love the white man. Every time we talk about judgment coming, well, what about white people? What about the white people? What about them? They don't give a fuck about you. And we're supposed to care. Nah, man, the Lord don't care about these white people.
Right.
The Lord said he hates Esau, man.
Right.
I'm going to say this, Salaka, I don't mean to continue on, but Esau is on trial, man, and he can't stand to be on trial. That's why they're trying to ban this TikTok app, man. We had like 2 years. We had like 2 years of seeing videos that YouTube won't let us see. Yeah, 2 years. And in those 2 years, even Edomites woke up and saw how fucked up these people are, man. But yet, we've had to endure hundreds of years of being called violent, super predators.
Yeah.
Fucking domestic, right. Right?
Yep.
He can't stand 1 fucking minute of the same thing that we've withstood, man. That's not justice. That's why, Scripture says no man shall save you. That's why Yahweh Shai is coming back to that day of judgment.
That's right.
This is Psalms 37 and verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I sought him, but he could not be found.
Esau, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to add to you, hey, they're going to be taken out. You know, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. You know, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to take these devils out one day. After he pays them back for everything that they did to the nation of Israel. You know? Yeah.
Because there's a payback, man. I'm going to end it with that. When you take out a loan, you have to pay that car back. You have to pay that house back. You have to pay that cell phone bill back. And you took out a fucking loan, which was the blood of the saints, man. And so you have to pay that blood back because thou hast loved blood and death. Roughly paraphrasing, so death shall pursue thee, man. That's good. I look back for the word and for those who don't know.
Alright, so that was beautiful speaking from the brother. You can start out there going into the judgment about Esau Hill. The self-proclaimed white man, he's not white, he's actually red. But we're gonna switch the topic up a little bit. We're gonna go into some breakdowns. Something I want to go into last week, but the Spirit had it to where, you know, the captain is speak. You know, that's the Spirit of the Lord. You know, the Spirit is like the wind. So I wanted to go into at least 3 or 4 tribes. All right, because you know these people, these so-called Hispanics, they're going through hell. But at the end of the day, no matter how you feel, we still got to preach the lost. Matter of fact, get Matthew 10, 5, and 6. The scripture can say it better than I can. So, you know, sometimes we get mad at these Hispanics and Native Americans, and, you know, rightfully so. Just like I want you Negroes, you simple ass West Indians, and you simple ass Haitians. Let's not forget you too. All right, but we out here to teach, man, so we can't be overly emotional. You know, 'cause I've been there before too. I'm speaking from experience, man. I know it was one time I came out here in 2022 during Hispanic Heritage Month, going all the way in, okay? But you know, you got to realize that this is the Lord's program and not mine, you know? So get that right.
This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Hey, so can you brothers, when it says don't go into the way of Samaritans, can you give me a precept to where the heathens enter into the land of Israel?
2 Kings 17.
Yep. 2 Kings 17, man. Yep, exactly. I ain't gonna get into it, but you know, those heathens went to the land where basically the northern kingdom was going into the captivity under the Assyrians. I think in the Hoshea. Okay. So that's why Yahushua was saying what he's saying. And, you know, you gotta go into the history to understand the mystery, man. So read that once again.
All right. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 6. It says, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as he go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Yeah, that's what we preach. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Can you get that word lost in the Greek? If you got it, you can get it, bro.
I got it.
Oh, no, I don't have it.
You get the word first.
Matthew
We out here for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. You know, regardless of how you feel about a certain tribe, or, you know, we out here to do a business of the Lord. We can talk about Mexicans all day, hey, but we got to get on the rest of the 11 tribes, you know what I'm saying?
I got it.
You got it.
This is the word lost in Matthew 10 and 6. It says, apollume, it means to destroy,
Yep.
to put out of the way entirely, abolish,
Yep.
put an end to ruin, render useless. It says a metaphor to devote or give over to eternal misery in hell.
Oh, man.
It says to perish, to be lost, ruined, destroyed.
So our people are ruined, man. Our people destroyed for lack of knowledge. Can you get Jeremiah 17 and 4 right quick? I think that's the scripture.
Yeah. Heritage.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the spirit. That Greek word was apollume.
Yeah.
And you can find, what's that, Revelation 9? Apollos.
Apollos, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The destroyer.
Yeah,
destroyer,
yeah.
And that's speaking about Wilson Kaiser will hit.
Yep. That's spirit, man. I got it. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Yep.
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Yeah, so hey, the Lord kindled fire in his anger. That goes into we are all one under King David, and then when Solomon came in, he worshiped these other gods of these other nations, and then here came the split. All right, and then after that was a split of the northern kingdom into the Syrian captivity. You can read Second Ezra 13 about that. Okay, and then you had the transatlantic slave trade, man. All right, them 42 months. I ain't gonna get into that. You know, it's a test question. But we had that time period where, hey, the Southern Kingdom. I ain't gonna get into it. The Southern Kingdom went into the transatlantic slave trade. They hit into the interiors of Africa. All right, and then the place that was prepared for them was here. that wilderness was Africa, man. All right. So that was a transatlantic slave trade. Now, you had the Southern Kingdom going to slavery before that, but the bulk of it was 1619 to 1620, and that 350 years is that 1969, 1970 period when Abba Business came on the scene. And that's all I gotta say about that. You know,
Yeah, precept. Because read the word lost, and it went into ruins, and then you also brought up the house of David.
Yeah.
And so on the other side of it, we've got the raising up of the house of David in Amos 9 and verse 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up its ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Yeah, so we're in that restoration period. I think there's one in Zechariah 1 and 16. Zechariah 1 and 16. So basically, we're in this restoration period where we're out here on the highways and byways in the strange land that we don't know of, Babylon the Great, preaching to our people who are ruined of Ptolemon. You can see people across the street, which I ain't gonna leave blasting, whatever. You know, we're preaching to people who are lost. They're ruined. They're being called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. For example, Dominican. Okay, that's not the tribe. That's not the tribe of Simeon, man. I believe Dominican means dog, if I'm not mistaken. Haitian means hell. Puerto Rican means rich port. Mexico means mixed land. Okay, Seminole means runaway. Okay. Black means void of light.
Void of light, yep.
Right?
Yep.
So these are proverbs and bywords going back to Deuteronomy 28th chapter that our enemies call us so we can no longer remember ourselves as a nation. That's why we out here restoring, Lord willing, we're part of that number of the house of David.
Zechariah 1 and 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercy. My house shall be built in it, saith the Lord of hosts, and the line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem.
Yes, and the Lord restoring that mercy. All right, starting with Abba Business, man. Hey, hit that Malachi chapter 4. Yep, hit that Malachi chapter 4, man. If you got ears to receive it, you can receive it. If not, hey man, go back to the Christian church and start singing songs tomorrow before the Super Bowl come on, man. You know? So the Lord restored the nation of Israel with mercy, man. And that's a lot of these Christian churches, you know, especially me. I grew up in Jehovah's Witness, which the apostle elder taught Jehovah's Witness. They was teaching me for so many years, oh yeah, God did away with the Israelites, that he extended to all nations. No, there's no supersessionism or replacement theology in the Bible, man. Okay? That supersession, if you type up supersession, I say one of you brothers, man, type up supersessionism in the blue letter, you're not gonna get it. Okay? And that's a lie, man. You gotta go to the law, you gotta go according to the law and the testimony, like it says in Isaiah 8:20. All right?
I have the word supersession, and it's from the Etymology Online. It says cessation. It's since now obsolete. 1790s, an act of superseding or setting aside, specifically as removal of a person from an office and substitution of another in that place.
So they replaced, this is what they did. They replaced the Israelites with the Christian church. When you look up supersessionism in the Wikipedia, that's what it simply means. They replaced the Israelites, God's chosen people, with Christianity. That's not true. These are scriptures in the New Testament you're not going to get into that tells you all Israel shall be saved, that the Most High has not forgot his people, so on and so forth, man. So this is what we're talking about. That's why we out here to restore the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. So you get that Malachi 4.
Con, this is Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet for the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Yeah, so if we got the spirit to hear it, it says Elijah will come before the great and notable day of the Lord. So let's get that precept on reincarnation, man. Let's hit one scripture where it talks about the John the Revelator, Revelation 10. That's another scripture on this is a precept on our reincarnation. All right. You got ears to understand. You understand that you've been back in many lots, man. Especially these great men like Moses, who was King David, and then King David was Peter. Okay. And then Peter came back in the form of King Mashah. All right, and I firmly believe that, man, because I've seen videos, I've seen images, and I'm like, man, that's King David. King Mashah is King David, like our apostle and elders say, man.
This is Revelation 10 and 11. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings.
So that's the same thing with Elijah, okay? And Elijah came in the form of John the Baptist. All right, we're not really going to get it because we're going to go into these tribes. And then he came in the form of Rabbi Abba Bivens, man. I believe we can get that account. I think it's in Matthew 17 where it talks about Elijah was reincarnated as John the Baptist, if I'm not mistaken.
Matthew 16 and 13.
I thought it was.
This is Matthew chapter 16 and verse 13. When Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked the disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He saith unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the anointed, Yahushua, the Son of the living God. And Yahushua answered, wait, was that the one?
Yeah, 11 and 14 just mentioned was.
Oh, that was the one. What you going?
I got it. It's Matthew 11 and 14. And if ye will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear.
The restoration in these times, that was Rabbi Abba Bivens. Even today, type of Rabbi Abba Bivens, it was this message, I think it was from like the 60s. And like the hairs are standing up on the back of your head. You know, Rabbi Abba Bivens gave the understanding of the Israelites. And High Priest Ariel really gave the understanding of all the 12 tribes. Alright, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. So we're going to go into 3 tribes, maybe 4. You know, we're going to start with Genesis 49 and verse 1.
This is the book of Genesis, verse 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you which shall befall you in the last days.
So, you brothers on the outside, who's Jacob's name changed to? Where can you find that at? You said what, bro?
Like Genesis 30.
I believe it's Genesis 32. The angel, when he wrestled the angel, he had a dream of the place. We can find that right there. I think it's 32 because 34 goes into Simeon and Levi concerning their sister Dinah. You know, you had the 12 sons, you had the sister Dinah.
Yep. So Genesis 32 and verse 26, or verse 25. It says, Salaki, verse 24, and Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him.
Yeah, so his thigh was out of place, man. Which, hey, we fight today, man, through many different adversities. All right, spiritually, hey, that goes into us, man, fighting different principalities. We got to fight these people that's ready to crash out. People want to kill us. People want to harm us. So we're fighting, you know, at a disadvantage. I think the Elder Ariel did a lesson this weekend. Learn how to fight injury. You know, so that we come in that same spirit of our forefather Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. So We can go back to that Genesis 49 verses 1 and 2.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, and verse 2. Gather yourselves together, and hear ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn.
Still verse 1.
Okay,
I'm not going to get into that.
okay.
Or when I can get into other tribes, I'm gonna focus on 3. So
Genesis 49 to 1 again.
Genesis 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
So Jacob's 12 sons will be the subject of prophecy in the last days. You know, the Yahushua came on the scene according to Hebrews 1 and 1. That was the last days. So really, we have record last days and last days and last days. Okay. Now, a particular tribe I want to focus on first. I think it's Genesis 49 and 16. I think it's Zebulun. Because these are the people that's subject to so-called deportation. And we got to get the blood off our hands continually by telling people who you are. Okay, no matter how we feel. Matter of fact, hit Isaiah 55, verse 8, where it says, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Because the Lord commands to come out here and teach. It doesn't matter how you feel about Hispanics and blacks. They still are people. You know, 2/3 of them are wicked. But hey, there's a 1/3. You know, you gotta remember there's a 1/3, man. You know?
Isaiah 55 and 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
Yeah. So, hey, the Lord's thoughts supersede us, man. The scriptures talk about we're ball and twice. This ain't our program. I know you know, Jay get mad over these so-called Hispanics, whatever, man. We just gotta simply continue to preach, man. You know. But yeah, we go back to that Genesis 49. 16, 13.
This is Genesis 49 and verse 13. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships.
So anybody know what Zebulun means? What's the Hebrew word? Zabalo. Which means, yeah, dwelling. Now you look at this map. You know, if you got a map, I'm talking about an ancient map, not the world map. I'm talking about an ancient map. You got the 12 tribes of Israel, right? 12 tribes of Israel, excuse me.
Genesis 49 and 13. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon.
Now, when you look at this map of the 12 tribes of Israel, Zebulun is basically landlocked between Asher and Naphtali. Now, Naphtali is by the Sea of Galilee, but if you look at this map, all right, that doesn't fit the ancient days. So obviously, all right, Jacob was talking about what's going to happen in the latter days, okay? So they would dwell at the haven of ships, like it says, okay? And that's basically going into the Panama Canal. Now, I think there's a word in there in Hebrew that talks about the haven, if I'm not mistaken. Because that's where they would lie at in the latter days. Like, I'm going to show it one more time. You got Zebulun. All right, it's landlocked between Asher and Naphtali. All right, that's the ancient biblical days, okay? But in these last days, it's talking about a particular place where we will be scattered due to our disobedience, and basically the restoration will happen, okay? You get that word haven. I think it's Kawhi.
This is haven, and it comes from the word haven, which is Strong's H2348, Kawhi, which is seashore, coast, shore. It says a cove, as a sheltered bay, a coast of the sea, a haven, a shore, a seaside.
Alright, so Zebulun would be by the seashore. Right? You see on the ancient map, they're landlocked. Now, can you look up the brother? Can you look up the word isthmus? Okay, the word isthmus, because that's where this particular land, where the tribe of Zebulon lives at in these latter days. Okay, and it's not back in Israel, because hey, we got some people that live in Israel that are Israelites. For the most part, it's, the stinky, filthy Amalekites, man.
Yeah, like that nigga Amari Stoddard.
Oh man,
I saw a fucking video of him this morning, actually, when I was at work. This nigga, man, he over there talking that Yiddish. He got that fucking hat on. I'm like, yo, this nigga is bugged the fuck out, man.
There's another guy too. He's supposed to be a so-called ish rapper. His name is Nassim Black. He thinks he's Amalekite. All right, but his black ass is part of 12 tribes of Israel, man.
All
right, I'm telling you. All right, you can't hear it. You know what? Him and the Starry Mark are gonna be out there until the Lord sends that destruction upon the land of Israel, man. So go up there and say that you're Amalekites. Hey, do what you gotta do, man. All right, that increases our chances, man. Can you read that word isthmus?
This is the definition of isthmus, and it says a narrow strip of land with sea on either side, forming a link between two larger areas of land.
So, right here, Panama's right here. All right, it's between Central America, and you got North America, then you got South America. All right, between the Pacific and the Atlantic. All right, Panama is right here. All right, so the indigenous people, according to your father's side, all right, the tribe of Zebulon. Down here is Panama, and I think that leads into Colombia right there, the entrance into South America. So that's an isthmus right here. This little land right here, that's an isthmus.
Yep.
And that's where the tribe of Zebulon lives at, man. All right, so that's the introduction of Panama to from Guatemala to Panama, man. All right, and when you start, I think last week, the captain, the elder of Malayala said, sometimes you gotta, all 12 tribes are here, he was saying, but we don't have that much familiarity. We used to deal with this part of so-called Mexican. That's really it, But you got, sometimes you gotta know the difference between Zebulon and Issachar, man. All right, some food, some dress. I had something on my phone, but I'm gonna get that. But can the brother look up the Panama Canal? This is a subject of controversy with this guy, DJ number 47, who's number 45 coming in office. He said he wants to take up the Panama Canal, and the president of Panama was like, oh nigga, hell no. No, we're not giving that back to you, man. Okay? This guy wants to call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. Okay? And that goes into Esau, changing, casting, putting the covering cast over the people. Psalms 49:11. The inward thought is that they should name the lands after themselves. And that goes into the power that is devil, man. But yeah, go ahead.
This is from a world travel site, and it says 8 facts about the Panama Canal, which Panama, the name means many fish, the place of many fish. And it says, number 1, it's a shortcut between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. We all know that. It's over 100 years old. It's been built in 1904. Construction cost over 25,000 lives.
And that's what DJ was talking about in his inauguration. He had so many lives that were lost. And he wasn't speaking about the people the indigenous people that land. He probably was talking about Edomites, man. All right? Yeah. You damn sure he's talking about Edomites.
20 Edomites lost their lives.
Yeah, 20 crackers. We got to take back the land. 20 crackers who lost their lives.
If I could show on the camera, this ain't nothing but jakes, man. You don't see no crackers. You know what I'm saying? You might see one cracker posing for the picture. You know what I'm saying? But you see all the other jake working in the background right here, man.
What's the foreman?
Yeah.
The only cracker you see is the
Opposing.
They go over there pointing fingers, like brother said earlier.
Over here, goddamn.
And so it says right here, at times more than 43,000 people were working on the Panama Canal, but that's with 25,000 deaths. That's a high mortality rate.
More than half people that work died.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
And we don't own the rights to that song, man. Let's say that.
The Panama Canal, moving on, number 4, is considered one of the man-made wonders of the world.
Because it's 48 miles that connect the Pacific to the Atlantic. Now, back in the day, these murderers that Esau calls the explorers, like Magellan, they had to go to the tip of South America, like the brother's song right here. They had to go all the way over here. Which, hey, we were in these lands, Spain. Don't believe the white man in his lies, like, oh, this is European. No, we were in Spain, France, Germany, the UK, okay? Before this man came in through his Renaissance period.
Read about Jonah.
Yeah, exactly. Tarshish is Spain.
Yeah, Tarshish.
Tarshish is modern day Spain. So these so-called murderers, so-called explorers, they had to go all the way down here to the tip of South America, then come back. But due to the Panama Canal, you would just go from right here to there, and boom, 48 miles to the Panama Canal. And then when you watch videos, it's a certain process. You know, you can't just go in there and you feel like it's a certain process, man. Certain ships got to go in at the same time. It's like when people do construction work, right? Like, look, I hate to use this street because you know people go down the wrong way. But say people going down this street, right? And they had construction going on. You had the guy that got the stop sign, slow down.
Yeah.
No, he would stop and he would slow down. That's what they do in the Panama Canal. Stop and then slow down. That's what they do.
And then in certain sections, if I'm not mistaken, water will reduce, higher, you gotta wait, it's a whole fucking process. That's why it's a big deal too, like you're saying, because Putin even said, like, if Trump tries to take that back, we got a fucking issue. Yeah. Because who runs that runs the world, really. Because the trade, our ships get through, that's why these tariffs are a big deal. Because the Panama Canal has a lot to do with that as well.
Yeah. So that's the Panama Canal. Like,
Yeah, just iterating, because it actually breaks all that down about the rising and no, it's breaking about it up because I was going to scoop on. But it says it's considered one of the man-made wonders of the world. The American Society of Civil Engineers has also dubbed the Panama Canal one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. It's one of the largest and most difficult engineering projects ever undertaken. A system of locks at each end of the canal lifts ships up 85 feet above sea level to an artificial lake. Ships traverse the artificial lake as well as a series of improved and artificial channels, and then are lowered again in more locks to sea level at the other side. The locks are 110 feet or 33 meters wide and 1,000 feet long.
With that being said, because I think this was an issue at one point. I want to say like last year, there's a drought in the Panama Canal, it's fucked. Because it's a man-made, like you said, it's a man-made lake. If that lake washes up, they have to wait for the rain to come to get those waters back up. And if it doesn't, all those ships that are in line to go through gotta hold, and they gotta wait.
Yeah.
That stops a lot of trade.
Yeah, we stopped last year.
Yeah, I think it was. It wasn't last year?
Yeah, last year, 2 years ago, something like that. Yeah. That's crazy. It says about 30 million pounds of explosives were used to help clear the land for the canal.
yeah, that's man.
Niggas died.
And I think it started, I think it was completed in 1914. And when you look at the history, King Charles V of Spain wanted to go into that land. I forgot what time period he reigned, but this is way before 1914. He wanted to make a landmass to where you can cut through the Atlantic and go to the Pacific. But it didn't happen until 1914 with the Panama Canal. Yeah, man, all them deaths, man. You know?
Oh yeah, just some more information on the Panama Canal. First off, it says 55,000 people were employed, and an estimated 5,600 died of injury and disease per year. So, and it says, and this ran through the course of 8 years. So you have over 5,000 people dying each year on building this Panama Canal.
It's like war numbers.
Yeah, like per year is crazy. And then it says, effective patrols. Hold on, Salakia. It says living condition. Workers live in crowded, unsanitary brackets. It says workers face dangers like drowning, electrocution, and dynamite explosions. It could have, and who knows? It could have been a cracker who didn't like a nigga and killed them.
It's just like just off topic.
Yeah.
I know they had the World Cup back in 2022 at Qatar, and I read articles, same thing, man. All these people dying, collapsing off the building. You know, it could have been Jakes that live in that area in the so-called Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, when Esau constructs something big, man, it's gonna be some deaths, man. That hazard pay ain't worth it, man. You know, that hazard pay is not worth you being deleted. And when they do the tribute to the building, your ass ain't gonna be mentioned. Did they mention these Jakes that got mentioned? Because as sure as hell was Jakes that was building the Panama Canal. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Slocky, one thing. Like, just to paint the picture on, you know how to say it. Tell me that in NBA terms. So to paint the picture in war terms, the war in Iraq, as of like 2022, something like that, from when it started. When did they go in there? Like 2007?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Something like that. From that point to about 2021, about 5,000 American troops died. And you're saying the Panama Canal, 5,000 a year died. For 8 years. So that goes to show you, because they know that the Iraq war, you know, what the fuck, weapons of mass destruction, fucking Al-Qaeda, let me not say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They make it such a big deal, but about 4,000 to 5,000 troops died there. The Panama Canal, 5,000 died a year, compared from 2007 to 2022. That's fucking wild.
It's a graveyard. Really?
Basically, yeah.
Like that's a graveyard.
There's bodies still there. What did the scripture say that? Pretty much how it says the dead bodies shall be in the streets.
Oh, the great city.
Because no one can bury them. Bro, they put soil on top.
Yeah.
Finish the logs and let the water.
Some niggas in the concrete walls.
Yeah, some concrete over it. Yeah, put some concrete over it and it'd be alright.
Extra minerals.
Like they're saying, probably some murders. What an easy way to get rid of a body.
The nigga was talking shit. Hey,
Yeah.
He saw a whistle at the job site. You no longer see Jose, goddammit. Where's Jose at? He didn't show up for work today.
Jose number 5 or 2? You know you got 30 Jose's.
Jose the 30th.
So, you know, outside the Panama Canal, man, we're gonna go into they got an article going to some of the culture of Zebulon. It lets you know the difference between Zebulon and Issachar, man. You know, I'm gonna say this. There is some similarities, like Zebulon and Issachar, just like myself and this brother behind me on the camera. We love tacos. Okay. You know, you go to a Zebulon spot, they will serve tacos, but they got these pupusas, which is basically a Benjamite version of a beef patty. It's just a different version. It's like a
Stuff with cheese and shit.
Square.
Yeah.
It's like this thick. It's stuff with meat and cheese. I don't know how the hell they cook it. It's just like so-called Brazilians. They cook that coxinha. It looked like a it looked like a you know those hush puppies they serve at
like a breaded ball. Yeah, like a
them Brazilians they serve with coxinhas, and I don't know how the hell they do it, man. But that dish tastes good, bro. So it's like certain food similarities. You know, when you see a pupuseria, that's Zebulon. Okay.
Yeah.
That's Zebulon. That's not a so-called Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you see an empanada, that's probably Asher. You know, you see a frongo, that's usually Asher, that, in the form of a so-called Brazilian. Okay. So if we could just read Calera and then the other Calera and then what's the next term?
Get soap days, those are Issachar.
Yeah, sope.
So I've never really had a sope before. I mean, you know me,
I know it's fine. Talk about it on
tacos, burritos, and carne de res. That's all I know. Menudo, I ain't had that since I was a child. You know, I heard it's real good, but you know, that's hey, exactly what the captain is showing.
Man, that looks good.
Yeah, but Pusa, right there. Man,
Not love.
yeah. That's some of the similarities. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Salvated.
It's, you know, that's how you distinguish sometimes, man. Because you know, the white man, they're all Mexicans. No, bro, we got 4 tribes. So you read that real quick, and we'll go on to Africa.
All right, this is Polera. It says, as pictured above. You want me to explain here?
Yeah.
It says, as pictured above, is a traditional costume of Panama worn by women. It originally came from Spain during colonial times.
Which I don't really believe that, but then again, I can believe it because we ruled Spain before the Renaissance, so I can believe it, you know. But the white man be like, well, Spain, white man. No, we had Jakes down there in the form of the Moors before they got taken down for the Renaissance period.
Right. It says, it is basically a blouse and a long skirt, which in Panama acquired its own characteristics, differentiating itself from Spanish dress and other Latin American dresses of Spanish origin.
Yeah. And you see them wear this to this day.
You see them wear that to this day. It's on the,
Oh yeah, hold on.
when they have so-called.
There it is.
You know,
It's kind of.
that's what the women wear. They're modestly dressed, unlike the nigga.
You good, bro?
Probably the reflection, right?
Yeah, it's just a little blur in it.
So go to Montuno.
It says, the montuno, as pictured above, is the traditional dress worn by men during town festivities, national celebrations, and particularly when performing Panama folk dances together with women wearing poleras. It consists of a white long sleeve shirt and closed neck, black long pant, and traditional straw hat with black lines. Small bag hanging on the left side of the body, and black and white shoes. I'll show the picture.
Yeah. If I could say or not, it's like, right. They're just throwing the lights to skip a couple lights. But yeah, just throw it back to your point. You're right about the restaurants and stuff. Cause if you go inside some of these restaurants, you could actually see some of them wearing that stuff.
Yeah, the Montunos, mostly the men. You know, wearing the Montunos, man. You know, so-called Mexicans, they wear ponchos, whatever the case may be. You know, it's different type of attire, it's different type of tribes, man. So that's Zebulon, the indigenous people from Guatemala to Panama. I even had a homeboy in high school. His name was Orlando. I thought he was so-called black. He's like, no, I'm Panamanian. When he started speaking in Spanish, I was lost. Like, I guess you're Panamanian, brothers. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go to Asher. You know, any brothers know what Asher means? Say what? What's the Hebrew word? Ashar. All right. So we're gonna go into Asher.
Genesis 49 and verse 20. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainty.
Dainties.
Don't see that word bread. Y'all brothers know what bread means in Hebrew? what does Bethlehem mean? House of bread.
And the bread in the blue letter, this Strong's H 3899, lacum, which is bread, food, grain.
So, hey, Brazil, they're known for large production of food. If you just type up Brazil and food production, it'll give you a long article. And just for example, you know, up there in Cobb County, I know some of us live up there. You know, not to be too specific. Up there of Delk Road and Powers Ferry and other places, you got a lot of Brazilian bakeries. All right, like I said, you know, you can tell the difference between these different tribes because they have these Brazilian bakeries and they have these basically like it's like an empanada, but it's not an empanada. It's called a frango. And Jake gotta relate to food, man. You know, Jake probably like, man, we gotta take this up. We'll see the Brazilian bakery around the way. But it's just like this thin. It's like a rectangular. It's probably the size of the Bible. This bread, right? And it's like a thin piece of bread. All right, it's a thin piece of bread. Now, it's thin, but it's really like thick, man. All right. And then you got meat. You put like beef in there, chicken. I won't suggest eating all the time, but sometimes you can eat it. You know, you have the coxinhas that look like hush puppies. You know, they got the cheese in there. You know, you gotta explain the chicken.
Yeah, cause they had also I can agree with you because they also have a lot of fried foods. Yeah, see that's exactly yeah. Yeah, that's what the brother was describing. A lot of fried foods. That's the part of those dantes too. Tastes good as shit.
It tastes good.
Yeah.
That's the Brazilian version. You got the empanadas. All right, which let me see. Colombians are known for empanadas. People in Peru are known for empanadas. Ecuador.
Yeah,
so it's
Ecuador.
a different type of bread for some type of asherites, man. That goes into the bread, and they're known. I think Brazilian. If we can look it up, I think Brazilian is second in food production. A lot of your coffee, a lot of corn, all right, so on and so forth from that part of South America.
Yeah, a lot of super. I don't know how to word it, but like high. Like bitch, you don't want to so like it, but a lot of like high quality fried foods.
Yeah, I got from the USDA.gov. It says Brazil is the 5th largest country in the area in population. It's among the few countries worldwide that have the potential to significantly increase agricultural area as well as yields. Brazil has made a remarkable transformation from being an exporter of tropical agricultural products such as coffee, sugar, cacao in the 1960s and 70s to becoming a major global supplier of soybean products.
Yeah, from they say, because Brazilian coffee is good, man. If you like wine, I can't say that. If you like wine, you like coffee. But wine and coffee are kind of similar. Just like you have a Spanish wine or Italian wine. It's the same thing with coffee. With your coffee beans, like Brazilian, Arabia, make great coffee beans. Arabian coffee, things of that nature. But hell yeah, Brazil makes great coffee.
Yeah, they're known for, like, as the article's going to, they're known for a lot of food production, man. All right, and the people, they're happy, man. You know, and that's when we're talking about these so-called Latino tribes, whatever. They have this thing called asado, all right? It's basically, they have these, it's just like what Judah do, man. They barbecue, they talk shit, they drink wine, and they have that meat over the grill. That's an asado, okay? Now you got asada, which goes into the beef, but you got these asados where they just sit out there and kick it, man. And then sometimes you might be on a job, you might meet some of these people from these tribes, and they might tell you. That's how I was able to know. Oh shit, okay.
Mm-hmm. Here you go, brother. Just add to it.
According to various sources, some of the top 10 best foods in South America include ceviche, that's all. All right, empanadas, asado, phase water, which that's off too. You can make a phase water is like a Mexican version of menudo. They serve it on Sundays. It's a black bean stew. Okay, but you gotta, us Israelites, we don't eat pork. They put a lot of pork in there. It was a dish that came from Judah, actually, from the transatlantic slave trade, because Judah was getting served pork. So they made a black bean stew called feijoada. I made it a couple years ago out of I would say lamb chops and beef bacon.
Yeah, you used to make it all the time. Yeah.
I got this one.
Pretty good.
Go ahead, man.
This is Brazil. This is an AI overview. It says Brazil is often referred to as the bread basket of the world.
Bread basket.
It says because it is a major global producer and exporter of various agricultural and commodities like soybeans, coffee, sugarcane, orange juice, beef, poultry, corn, and more, making it a significant source of food for many countries around the world.
Yeah, so like Paul was saying, man, they have a lot of resources down there. We're going to go to the other scripture that talks about the other resources of the tribe of Asher. Man.
See why it was so pivotal for Russia to snag Brazil?
Yep. The bricks.
Yep. To snag Brazil. And Brazil is like top 10 in GDP per country. So they're a rich country as well.
Yeah. You know, so try to get that Deuteronomy 33, because that's where you find the other precept of the tribe of Asher. And if I think I've forgotten anything, yeah, Brazilians are known for eating a lot of fatty foods, like the officer said behind the camera. Namely doing the carnival, which is 40 days before the so-called Lent, which is not in the Bible. Okay, they do a lot of wickedness down there. Let's not get it twisted. A lot of these carnivals. Okay.
It'd be off as hell. Yeah.
Even Benjamin does carnivals. All these tribes that's in the Caribbean parts, and then South America, they do these wicked ass carnivals, man. We're trying to tell you to get out of that and come back to the God of the Bible. But we gotta identify who these people are to let you know where to repent at, where you're going off at. You can't call yourself Brazilian or Argentinian. You gotta call yourself one, according to your father's side, one of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. So you get that Deuteronomy, you go into Naphtali next.
You know what verse?
I think it's 24. Yeah, 23. Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 24. It's like it 33. Deuteronomy 33 and 24. It says, and of Asher he said, let Asher be blessed with children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren.
Yeah, you know, they have a lot of children. Like all Jakes. Now, look at Brazil, man. They have children down here in all parts of Venezuela. Europe, you can't forget Uruguay, man. Uruguay, they're of the tribe of Asher as well. All right, the people from Colombia, you got to get Colombia right, because they'll try to kick your ass spelling Colombia right. You can't spell it like the District of Columbia. Colombia. The people of Colombia, all the way down to Uruguay. Okay, the tribe of Asher, right? Peru, that's the tribe of Asher.
All them told that soccer.
Yeah, all the
By as hell.
Yeah.
I'll be having kids with them bitches too in Brazil. Fine ass girls.
Right.
Because I know all y'all was thinking about it.
Man.
Who wouldn't? I am fruitful down there.
It says, continuing on, it says, let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him dip his foot in oil.
So, hey, Venezuela is known for oil, man. Back in 1922, they had the so-called gold rush of Venezuela and Maracaibo, Venezuela, man. All right, and you know how Esau likes to extract the resources out of these countries, but they're known for the oil. And real quick, could a brother get Venezuela being part? It's Venezuela and Ecuador that are part of the OPEC nations. It's OPEC. So hey, that's what they're known for as well. Dipping your foot in the oil also goes into the mineral resources. There's a lot of tungsten down there, amethyst. You know, I ain't got my stone today. I got this Cuban lit chain on. But you know, brothers, what are stones? A lot of them stones, a natural resources that come from, Brazil and these other countries where the tribe of Asher is located.
So here are some of the members of the OPEC, which OPEC means the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. It says it was founded in Baghdad, Iraq, and in September 1960, so by 5 countries namely. So this was the inception. It was the Islamic Republic of Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. And then the countries later joined Qatar in 1961, Indonesia in 62, Libya in 62, UAB in 67, Algeria in 69, Nigeria in 71, Ecuador in 73, Gabon in 75, Angola in 2007, in Congo in 2018, in I can't pronounce that.
Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah. They came in 2017.
So yeah, Ecuador, that's the tribe of Asher as well.
Right.
Venezuela are part of the OPEC nations, man. They have a lot of oil down there, like you said. But Esau likes to extract the resources from the nations. And you see the crisis going down there with Venezuela, from Hugo Chavez to Maduro. Like, I think when we went down there last year to Miami, right? They had a protest over this guy Maduro getting in for like the 3rd time. Really? It's the 3rd time he got in.
There's a hella Asher stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, they flooded the streets.
Man, they flooded the streets down there in Miami. And then if you don't see him up here, you'll see him down there in Miami, man. You'll see all 12 tribes in heavy numbers down there in South Florida, man. Because we got at a camp, we was going for the car, and they just lining up, man. They was going down to the rally down there where the Miami Heat play at, man. And then we turned down Biscayne Boulevard, sure enough, they was right down there. Yep. All right.
Just more information on oil, right? It says per year, South America, Venezuela, and Brazil, they produce alone about over 100 million in sales on oil.
So you got this guy Trump talking about, we're not gonna take any oil from Venezuela. Nigga, please.
Man, you want that oil?
That
Stop
price of oil
playing.
gonna jump up. More stuff to jump up here in America. Donald Trump supporters. You want to make America white again? Well, you gonna pay, nigga. So we're gonna go to Naphtali, and then I'd let the next brother blaze in spirit, man. But then you have to learn how to identify these tribes, man, because not every so-called Hispanic or Latino person, that's a proverb or byword, they're not all Mexican, man.
Right.
And you got them here. You know, you gotta, sometimes Atlanta, it's a nigga city. It's a lot of niggas down. It's a lot of blacks down here, but in these small little pockets, you will find Zebulon, Asher, and Naphtali, man.
Yeah, if I could say too, probably help some of these people identify. You can go into like the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas. You pretty much.
Yeah. What the Mayans were it's a car. You watch that movie Apocalypto or whatever.
Yeah.
That shows you a lot about the Issacharites during that time. Aztecs and all that.
Aztecs, Mayans, Incas.
Incas were known for gold.
Oh, you had a civilization before the devil came called Couscous. Just another civilization where Israelites lived at before the white man said, "Oh, you guys are savages." No, we had civilizations over here, man.
We still learning from them to this day.
Right.
The Mayan calendar and shit.
Mayan calendar.
How accurate it was.
You had this bowl from our Assyrian captivity called the Magna Forta bowl. Basically, it's written in Assyrian Hebrew that the tribes brought over here, and it was located in that area of Beirut. So it's like Bishop Aratazar says, there's more evidence that proves that Latinos and Native Americans and so-called Hispanics are Israelites in the Southern Kingdom. If you look it up,
Yeah, just showing these ancient empires, and it's got the Aztecs in Mexico, the Mayans in southern Mexico, basically in the Panama Canal area, and then the Incas down in South America.
Yep.
And
it goes quite far too.
Yeah.
You can't make this up.
They're empires.
Yeah.
Hey, bring out that precept and go to Naphtali.
Con, I'm gonna read verse 25. It says, "Thy shoes shall be iron and brass, and thy days so shall thy strength be." And when you go to Brazil, the word Brazil actually comes from the Hebrew word barazal, which means iron. So that's according to the prophecy of Asher as well. You know. Yeah. Deuteronomy 32:23.
It's Genesis 49 and verse 21. Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words.
Yeah, Naphtali. Any brothers know what Naphtali means?
That's what I think.
Yeah, Naphthalia. Well, I should have asked that. Naphthalia means wrestling, right? You don't know.
Genesis 49 and verse 21. Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words.
Yeah, they're a hind let loose in the form of these gauchos. Okay, they're basically South American cowboys. What's the word cowboys? There's a bunch of jakes down there in Texas. They were called cowboys because the white man likes to call us boys. And I find it fitting that there's a football team called the Cowboys now, when the white man said he was a cattleman. But then, you know, Jake is the salt of the earth. When that term cowboys come in, hey, these so-called white people got that from Jake, man. Okay? But these gauchos, they're herdsmen of Argentina to Chile. Can you get that other precept? They self-possess the south to the west, because the gauchos, when you look it up, I'm not gonna get into it. Look it up for yourself. When you look up gauchos, all right, they're the people that were herdmen in Argentina and Chile and some parts of Brazil and Peru. Okay, so they're a hind let loose. They're nomads in the land. They would go from one part to the other. They would herd cattle. All right, what are they known for down there? Asada. Okay, so they were herdsmen, nomadic men that tilled the land. And there's a lot of folklore concerning gauchos, man.
Yep. Back in Deuteronomy 33 and verse 23, and of Naphtali, he said, "O Naphtali, satisfied with favor and full with blessing of the Lord." It says, "Possess thou the west and the south."
Yep.
The south to the west, right?
Oh, the map.
We're gonna get the ancient map first. Now, as you can see on the ancient biblical map, I don't know if y'all brothers see it. All right, Asher is by the Sea of Naphtali is by the Sea of Galilee. That's in the north. Okay. Nowadays they're occupying Chile and Argentina. That's Naphtali. It ain't no goddamn Pacific Islanders up there in Papua New Guinea. So don't believe that BS that Bishop Nathaniel, General High Priest, King High Priest, whatever you want to call his name this week at IUIC, that's Naphtali. And they got that breakdown from the GLCC. Now, we understand that there's some Pacific Islanders, like New Zealand. You got a lot of Jakes down there in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
You got brothers in there in Australia. There's a brother that looks like a so-called Pacific Islander. He's in the GMS Australia camp. All right, we're scattered. But the people of Naphtali are not the people of Papua New Guinea, man, and the Solomon Islands. They just went down there to go freak off and have a vacation, man. Let's just keep it real. These people down here are from the tribe of Naphtali, man. Argentina to Chile, the south to the west. You got this beautiful part of land called the Tierra del Fuego. It's like a winter wonderland, man. Then you got the Mendoza region of Argentina that produces wine, because you got to break it down to Jake and food and wine. You got the Mendoza region, and then you got other regions of Chile that produce wine. Okay, those are the people of Chile to Argentina.
Yep.
Buenos Aires.
Yep. Good air.
Okay, and get who's from the tribe of Naphtali? Lionel Messi, the world famous soccer player. He's from the tribe of Naphtali, man. Okay, so you got any more on that?
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, you know, that was basically it as far as those three tribes: Zebulon, Asher, Naphtali. You know, Lord willing, I can come back with some more tribes next time I speak. So Lord, when I was edifying, so next time I'll say Shalom.
Shit going crazy, Salaki, bro.
Oh yeah.
I guess so. So earlier I mentioned Kaiser Wilhelm. Where's he mentioned that? So what?
Revelation 9.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna go into. So you can flip to Revelation the 9th chapter. We can get it. I know this brother likes to go into Revelation 9 as well. So if you know this.
Okay, go.
God, this is Revelation chapter 9 and verse 1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
Right. So have y'all read Revelation, gone through Revelation 9? Somewhere? Do y'all know what the bottomless pit is? Okay, cool. Do you know what Revelation 9 goes into?
World War I and II.
You said World War I. Yeah. That's what it goes into. Okay. I know why you say World War II, because it says one war has passed, you know, so on and so forth. But the scriptures necessarily don't touch World War II. It just mentions it. And then we start getting into the details of World War III after that. You know, but the scriptures do mention it. Matter of fact, get Revelation the 10th chapter real quick.
Okay.
I want to say where it says he told him not to write these things.
Okay.
10:5?
Oh yeah.
10:4.
This is Revelation chapter 10 and verse 4. And it reads, and when the seven thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things which the seven thunders uttered, and write them not.
Right. So that could possibly him seeing World War II happen and didn't write. You see what I'm saying? But still, World War II is mentioned in the scripts, which is mentioned in Revelation the 9th chapter, like you're saying, but it's not in detail. It's like very vague, you know, because it talks about 3 woes, right? Woe. And the word woe means what? Cool. So destruction. Okay? And those, all 3 of those, 3 coming produce hell of a destruction. You see what I'm saying? So we read verse 1.
God, this Revelation chapter 9 and verse 1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
That's right. So now we understand the bottomless pit is what? It's in Europe. Where did World War I take place? Of course, in Europe. Of course, it had different. World War I had different theaters, you know, or different fronts, you could call it. You had a theater of Japan. Pretty much that was the other theater. You know what I'm saying? The Eastern Front. Thank you. That called theaters and fronts, like the water boat. You had the Western and the Eastern Front. You know, and the main front was the Western Front, right?
Yeah.
Where the shit was going down.
Yeah.
The Western Front in Europe. So you can write next to, if you haven't already, you can write next to the first verse the dates that World War I took place, which is 1914 to 1919. And that's going to be mentioned probably the next verse, huh? The 5th verse? Okay, good. Go ahead, read verse 2.
God, verse 2. And it reads, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
That's right. That's just war in itself. You know, it's just war in itself. Because what does Scripture say about World War III? That the sun and the moon and the stars shall be darkened. You know, that also talks of another thing about World War III. When the missiles come, America is going to be a what? Yeah, a burning memorial. You You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's gonna be a burning memorial. So everything's gonna be dark. The sky's gonna be dark. You know? Yeah, so
Con, this is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be the burning and fuel of fire.
Burning and fuel of fire. You know, what was that? Isaiah what?
Oh, Isaiah 9 and
9 and 5.
Yeah, 9
9
and
and
5.
5. You can take those and link that up with Isaiah 54. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So what?
54 and 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Nah, you're right. You was right.
Yeah.
So that's right. Get it. Oh yeah, get
This
it.
is Isaiah 54, verse 16. It says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth the instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
I have created the waster to destroy. During World War II, there was a certain project that happened, which is called what? I'm really out of questions today, so by the way. Starts with an M. There's a movie on it. The Manhattan Project.
Oh, I heard that.
Yep, the Manhattan Project, which included Robert Oppenheimer. You heard that now? That name? And who else did it include that everybody fucking glorified? Albert Einstein.
Isn't he a rat?
So what?
Isn't he a rat?
They all are.
They all. Con.
The scriptures say what in Jeremiah 49 and in Jeremiah 50, the listed us drawn out.
That's right.
One is speaking about the Chaldeans, the other one is speaking about the Teemanites. Matter of fact, I know you got Manhattan. Pull up Robert Oppenheimer real quick. And what was his nationality? And what was well, pull up Albert Einstein's nationality.
Con.
What was his nationality?
American.
Oh, the fuck you gave
It says he was born in America.
Because if you watch that movie Oppenheimer, that was the big question throughout the whole movie.
I got
Is he even American?
I got
Who's this?
Oppenheimer. So J. Robert Oppenheimer was an American theoretical physicist. He was born in New York City to a wealthy German Jewish family.
Thank you. This is why I'm getting to this point. Get Jeremiah 49 real quick. I think it's 49 and 20, if I'm not mistaken. All right, because if you watch that movie, it was such a big deal. Is he really American? Why is he? You know, he was born because after he made what bomb? He made the Trinity.
Yeah.
That was the first atomic bomb. Really, it was the Trinity bomb. Okay, which pretty much the Trinity bomb was the smallest of them all, but it was the knowledge of how to make a bomb, which was bigger than the explosion. Therefore, you got, what was it, Fat Man and
Little boy and fat.
yeah, Little Boy and Fat Man, and now you got all this Summer Bomber came and all this. Now you got fucking Satan 1 and 2 and Satan 3 and 4 and 5 and
All kinds of shit.
the East Wind, these motherfuckers, like hypersonic, all those ideas in Isaiah 54 and 16 were created off the Manhattan Project by Robert Oppenheimer, which, me personally, was a fucking German. And that's why we're going into World War I and slightly World War II. Okay? So, are we going to say something?
Well, he said his father was German.
Yeah.
You know that scripture says pedigree of the fathers.
Yep. There you go. So he's German, man. Okay? So, who are the Germans in the Bible? Get it.
It's Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman.
Okay, see, that is purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. The Temanites, they are Germans, right? Find that other Temanite script. The wisdom of Teman.
Yeah.
You you have Albert Einstein?
Yeah, I do.
What was he?
Do you want to read it?
Read it.
Okay, says right here, says, Albert Einstein was born to a middle-class German Jewish family.
Oh, shit.
Almost said it.
So these fucking wicked-ass Temanites made these atomic bombs. That's why they have the best cars, the BMWs, the Audis. Volkswagen is like the biggest fucking... Volkswagen owns Lamborghini, Aston Martin, all that shit.
Bavarian Motor Works.
Yep.
BMW.
Bavarian Motor Works. You look at it, the new Aston Martins, guess what their interior is? Fucking Mercedes. You got Toyota coming out. Okay, so Toyota just came out again with the Supra. All right, the almighty Supra from Fast and Furious. They came out with the Mark V, back in 2020, 2019. Guess what engine it has? A B58. From who? BMW. You look at all the badges inside, it says BMW. The fucking seats are BMW. The infotainment center is BMW. The only damn tag that Toyota has on it is on the hood and the fucking steering wheel. But a German. I used to have a Kia Stinger. The head of Kia's Korean. The head of the BMW M series line quit BMW, came to Kia and made the Stinger.
Oh shit.
Teaming, because they have the best technology. You go to Germany, their technology supersedes what it is here in America. They will, at some point, be 100% CHIPED, if I spell that right. PPE, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Right, yeah.
The Temanites, man. So who do you think is really the brains and the muscle behind the C-hip anyway? The Temanites. More than likely, I get it. We got a banking family, Rothschild, all that. But they are the pencil, the movers and shakers.
Right, yeah,
they tell the pencil pushers.
Right.
They tell. What does the scripture say? Prescribe. Well, it talks about policies.
Oh.
And Daniel 8, things of that nature. Isaiah, what's that? 10. The water. The one in that prescribe decrees. That's 10 and 1, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water. That's just starting to it. You know? So, it's like a lot of them, man, they be them Germans.
Right.
They the brains behind making a fucking bomb. And the Temanites. What's up, man?
I have something for you right quick. It says, what is Germany best known for? And it says automotive industrial. Then if you go up, it says modal type print and press. It says robotics, artificial intelligence, and biotechnology.
Oh, shit.
Biotech.
So I know, don't get me wrong. I know we talk a lot about the Amalekites and, shit, yeah. Because they are the main, the Amalekites are the Rothschilds.
Right.
The DuPonts, Rockefellers, Vanderbilts, so on and so forth. But the motherfuckers who really creating this shit is getting pushed around by Duke Amalek.
Yeah.
It's these Temanites.
Right.
A point after World War II, we're talking about the wars, they had what's called Operation Paperclip in both USSR, Russia. They took a bunch of German scientists, and then America took a lot of German scientists. And so you had the likes of Werner von Braun. But he's crucial in having NASA started, which is the propulsion to get these missiles, these destructive weapons from one part of the earth to the other. And these are Temanites. These are Germans. Come on, bro. Also got Jack Parsons. He's behind JPL, which is the propulsion labs. I think it's Jack Propulsion Labs or something like that. But these guys are crucial in the formation of NASA being started, and these missiles and rockets being created. And yeah,
now I'm
to
curious.
their end.
Now I'm curious. What the fuck is Elon Musk's nationality?
Let's look at
He
that.
says he's South African, but he went to cradle school and stuff in South Africa, and he says most of his friends are dreidel
You
spinners.
saw what he did. You saw what he did, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's all German shit.
My heart goes out to you.
And it's a Roman signaler too.
Yep.
Like
That's all German shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what does he run? The Neuralink,
Right.
which is what you just read about.
Yep.
They're good at AI, biotechnology.
Right.
Keep going, bro.
Elon Musk, right?
We only on verse 2, man.
It says he taught himself computer programming.
Oh, yeah.
At the age of 12, that's something that's like a gift that the Lord will put into you to create the basically different instruments.
Yeah.
It says at 12 years old, sold the computer code for a video game.
Yeah, it's Greek, see? You fucking... We study you Edomites just as much as you study us. We have Genesis, the 36th chapter, Playboy. Okay? Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
We have Genesis, the 36th chapter. We go from verse 1 all the way down to the end, bro. We know all your dupes,
Right.
okay? We know Amalek is the grandson, the Esau, and all that stuff. We know what team it came out of. You know? So you Temanites ain't safe either. And we don't talk about y'all enough. Because really y'all bring a lot of bullshit to this planet Earth. When the scriptures talk about these miracles that the left-hand side shall do when we speak, it's spoken about Revelation. All right, these miracles. Because even Apostle Tahar had a video, probably like 2 years back, that said, really the miracle goes into the word technology. Because guess what? Doesn't the Israelites have technology? Aren't vehicles going to come from the sky? That's technology, right?
Right.
But there's a certain technology that is going to help those vehicles that crack the sky from another dimension shoot laser beams. That's technology.
Right.
We got technology in the spirit too.
Yeah.
Just like we know you Temanites have made this technology, which we're going into right now in Revelation the 9th chapter. It's your fault. Okay? Ultimately, a lot of that blame is going to go on the Amalekites, but they told the Temanites to do this.
Right.
Go ahead.
Bro.
And then we'll get back to the script.
It says top stories. This came out 6 hours ago. It says the German court gives Elon Musk as a not that
Reread it.
gun. This came out 6 hours ago. It says top story. German court gives Elon Musk, out of all people, right? It's a knockback ahead of key election. And not too long ago, I believe yesterday, Trump allowed him to go to the correct me if I'm wrong. What they had those secret summits. Yeah. Well, something to that nature. But yeah, man, he's plugged in. Out of all people, it says the German's court. Think about that.
Team. Man, that motherfucking Elon, man, he's German. Elon Musk is a team.
He's doing this on camera.
Yeah.
Don't do that on
Don't do
camera.
that. I was
That's why I vaguely say it now. Come on, brother. We all knew what he did. I'm not about to do that. Yeah, it goes back to Rome.
Yeah.
But we made it real known. Fucking
The mustache man.
the N-words. The other N-words.
something on Elon.
Can I say this real quick? About the N-words, the German N-words. You know what movie portrays them pretty well? All the Captain Americans. All the Captain Americans. I don't know about this nigger Captain American. I don't want to watch it. Or I'll wait till it comes out on Netflix or fucking something like that. I ain't about to watch that. Hey, I saw in the previews, I'm rambling. In the previews to that movie, the cracker, he's saying, "You're not Captain America." He's like, "I'm not." And I thought he was going to say something else. I'm like, nigga, that was the dumbest fucking line. You ain't Captain America. You're a Captain Nigga. But in all the other Captain Americans, they always had a fight. They always had to fight a group of people that was like an organization that was, when you look at it, really heavily symbolizes the German inwards. And it shows you right there, that's a revelation, method of revelation. And they're always around. People think World War II's over and there's no more inwards left. No. They still in your senates. They still in your political whatevers. They still a Republican. They're still in the House of Republicans. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Back on track. But go ahead, bro.
So I mentioned Jack Parsons earlier. He founded JPL, Jet Propulsion Labs. They call him the grandfather of rocketry. Well, he worked with L. Ron Hubbard, who's the creator of Scientology, and they were trying to create. They had this project they were working on called Babylon Working or Babylon Rising, and they were trying to create a child to come up and be basically the Antichrist. Come on. And people say that Elon Musk is that child that came out of this. And so you also mentioned the N-words. And so this says L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, had some indirect connections to the N with the Z's, primarily through his associations in the years leading up to and during World War II, blah, 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 but just showing that connection. Like these are all Teamanites, and they're all working on some crazy
so now that
occultic stuff.
Now that we kind of painted that picture, go back to Jeremiah 49 and 20. Okay?
We'll read verse 7.
Yeah. Jeremiah 49 and verse 7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Its counsel vanished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished?
You see the adjectives that it describes Teman as? So of course, all this shit, technology that we see today is from the dukes of Teman, man. Okay? So go now, jump back down to 20.
Jeremiah 49 and verse 20.
Yep.
Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Jehovah, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman.
That he get that word purpose. Real quick. Fucking Teman, man. Teman don't get talked about enough. Because they really the reasons, man. Teman really the reasons. Like we brought out Robert Oppenheimer, German, Temanite. Albert Einstein, just like the brother Yashamardra, Temanite. And they're all in what we call the Manhattan Project. Making a bomb for the Amalekites who run America. Okay?
So the word purpose, from the blue letter, it's Strong's H 4284. And I believe it's Makashaba, which is a thought, a device, a plan, an invention.
Damn,
wow.
That he has, since Teman had these thoughts and plans and inventions to destroy us, guess what the Lord has for him? A thought, a plan, or an invention to destroy the Temanites. They got a lot to pay for it. Go back to Jeremiah 49. Let me get some of these precepts and I'll let you go.
Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he has taken against Edom, and his purposes that he has purposed against the inhabitants of Teman.
Yeah, you notice how it always goes back to Esau. Always. It always starts with Esau. Yeah. Psalm 82. Yep.
Yeah.
The first one on the list of the shit list, Esau.
Name multiple tongues.
Yep. Specifically, Esau. Yep.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Exactly. Surely the least of the flock.
The least of the flock.
The least of the flock shall draw them out. The least of the flock goes to who? Amalek. And they drew Teman out. They drew Teman out to do all this shit. Okay? But it's the Amalekites' fault. That's why we heavily get on Amalek. But today we getting on team.
J double O right there.
J double O. Okay? So finish that. And then after, go to Jeremiah 50 and get the same thing. It says the same thing, but it says who? Chaldeans, the Babylonians. Go ahead.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
There you go. All right, so go to Jeremiah 50, but don't read it yet.
Yeah,
Okay?
come.
Let's go back to Revelation, the 9th chapter. Read verse 1 again.
God, going back to Revelation, chapter 9, verse 1. And it reads,
Can you read Revelation 8, 13?
Revelation chapter 8, verse 13. It says, and I beheld and heard it, an angel flying in the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, woe, woe, woe.
Yeah, you see that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. So World War II is vaguely mentioned, but World War I is heavily gone into, which is the chapter we're going into, and the third woe is heavily gone into throughout the whole Bible. You see what I'm saying? But World War II is mentioned. Go ahead.
It says, to the inhabitants of the earth.
Yep.
All right. It says, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet, of the three angels, which are yet to sound.
Of the three angels that are yet to sound. Now, start off on one again.
John, this Revelation chapter 9 and verse 1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven into the earth.
All right.
And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
Yep.
Basically, his power and authority.
I can be like two different cities.
Yeah.
I think the Greek word for key, like, put it up.
Yeah.
Power and authority.
Give me 1 second so I can. Revelation chapter 9.
While they find that, okay, little pop quiz. What? Now we're going to order. I'll take the question. What year was World War I? What year? What is the bottomless pit? Okay. You got it?
Got it.
I'll come back to you.
Alright, so this is the Greek word, Philias. Please. And it says a key. It says, since the keeper of the keys have the power to open and to shut. Basically, keys to the city, power, authority. Yep.
And not the song.
Oh.
Oh, he got that nigga got a key to the street. You ain't got a key to the street, nigga. You better got a key to your own house. Go ahead.
It says power and authority of various kinds.
Power and authority of various kinds. And we go through week in and week out basis of the various kinds of power that Esau holds. See? All right. Go on, bro.
God, continuing on in verse 2, and he opened the bottomless pit,
Yep.
and there
He had that key. Go ahead.
authority. It says, and there arose a smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace,
Yep.
and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
That's right. And it said, who had that key?
It says,
The angel had the key.
yeah.
So the angel had the key in verse 1 to the bottomless pit to open it up, to take shit up. Because these three woes, like we spoke about in Revelation 8 and 13, which I think is the last verse of Revelation 8. See, and then it transitions into the first woe. See what I'm saying? So it starts explaining. So really, Revelation 9 is explaining Revelation 8 and 13, the first woe. All right? Keep going.
John, verse 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts
Okay?
upon the earth,
Locusts upon the earth. Go ahead.
and unto them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power.
All right, so I'm gonna start off by a question to see, just gauge. So what is the locust representation of? So what is? Yeah, the plane. Exactly. So reread it again.
Come, verse 3. We're reading verse 3. And it reads, and there came out of the smoke locusts
Yeah.
upon the earth, and unto them was given power,
Yep.
as the scorpions of the earth have power.
Yep.
And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth.
Okay, so it talks about the scorpion. Reread it again. And then we're gonna go down the line again. So just tell me. Oh, no, you already answered. Your turn again. So reread it again.
Verse 3. Come.
Verse 2.
Okay, 2. We're reading verse 2, and it reads, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke.
Oh yeah, verse 3. Salaki.
Okay, come. Going down to verse 3, Revelation 9 and 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth,
So we know what the locust is. Good job. Go ahead.
and unto them was given power,
And to them was given power. Go ahead.
as the scorpions of the earth have power.
So what is, okay, so what it says, those locusts, which are the planes, were given power as the scorpions on the earth have power. So what is that representation of?
Tail guns.
Good. So it's the machine guns. Because they sting like a mother. Alright? But yeah, get that picture. Who created the airplane again? Fucking something with the Wright brothers. The Wright brothers. Were they German? Shit.
Possibly.
Fucking possibly, man.
Right.
Right. It's Teamanites, man. Alright? So good job. So let's keep going.
God, continue on knowing. And it reads, and it was
Also, said the locusts sound like airplanes.
Yep.
They don't sound like
It's like that deep drone sound. You ever heard like a locust or a wasp whiz by your ear? It has that like deep droning sound. That's what the plane sound. Shit, you kind of can hear it in today's time, especially like in a helicopter, because those still have propellers. Or like a Chinook helicopter, the one with the 2 propellers at each end. Yeah, those ones you can, just helicopters in general, because most planes now are just like jet powered. So it's not going to really sound like what John the Revelator heard.
imagine it. This is like a dragonfly.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what the damn planes look like.
Speaking of dragonflies are, you ever have one that fly by your ear?
Right.
Hear it.
Right. And then I know you showed a picture of the plane, but those planes, those old school World War I planes, they had like, in a sense, almost like 4 wings. Yeah, you see, they had one going over on the top, and then like 2 on the bottom, and they're connected. You look at a dragon, and then the tail. You look at a dragonfly, it's literally the same look. The dragonfly has like 4 wings that flutter or whatever, and it has that long tail like an wing, which is what these planes look like. They look like a big ass dragonfly, but the reason John the Revelator used it as a locust is because of the sound. That's what it sounded like. What's up?
I have that question. Are the Wright brothers German? The Wright brothers were of English, German.
Damn.
Here goes something crazy. And Dutch and you get it.
Yeah.
It's like this, some twist. But when I looked up Elon Musk earlier, he also had the same thing in his background as far as being Dutch.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
They all
Because that's
connected
what
one way or another.
Germans speak,
He's
right?
South African. Yeah, they're Dutch and German down there in South Africa
Yeah.
too. So
Oh, shoot. No, Germans speak German. But Dutch, I'm just drawing but yeah, you see, you're fucking right, brothers. They're
Damn,
Teamanites
bro.
too.
That's
Now that
crazy.
we look it up.
Wow.
You see every what's behind these vehicles, these planes, and building infrastructure, technology used, the phone. Fuck. Whoa. Fucking dude.
Edison?
No,
Steve Jobs.
Was he fucking German?
Let's see.
We're getting into all these devils, man. Who did you say? Edison, who created the light bulb?
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought that you were gonna say.
Pull him up.
Con.
Oh my goodness.
No fucking
Can't make this shit up,
way,
man.
Hey, man,
Damn.
Shalak Rayum to the Teamanites, man.
Con.
Shalak
Shalak Rayum.
Rayum to the Teamanites.
Shalak Rayum.
Fucking
Con.
Germans, man. Fuck y'all. Okay?
Oh, that's on his mom's side. She's German and Swiss descent.
Okay.
His father is of Syrian descent.
Oh,
Steve
okay.
Jobs.
He ain't, see, everyone thinks he just is American. And he even said it himself, he doesn't even allow Apple products in his own house.
Yeah,
he said
to his children too.
It's a fucking demon. Okay? He's probably not dead. He's probably on one of them fucking islands on like a Blink Twice movie type shit.
Yeah.
Right now.
Blood.
Going dummy. You know?
Gotcha now.
He's Teamanites. Now fuck it, man. I'm saying it, man. He has the spirit of the Teamanite. And then have that fucking blasphemous ass logo.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck out of here, man. These are Teamanites, man. These are T-men. That's why they mention so hard throughout the scriptures in Jeremiah the 49th chapter. You gotta talk about these Teamanites.
Oh yeah.
All right? Back to Revelation. Where were we in verse 4?
Yes, sir.
All right, listen. Okay.
Con. This is Revelation chapter 9 and verse 4. And it reads, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of the Most High in their foreheads.
Yeah. Let's make y'all get that script. But we gonna read. What's the scripture or the precept that talks about the righteous mark?
Ezekiel 9:4.
Yeah, Ezekiel 9 and 4. So
Somewhere in
get
there.
Ezekiel 9 and 4.
Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4, it says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto them, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. It didn't say Esau. It didn't say the land of.
I'm glad you're making this point, bro.
Because it's a clear distinction, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Remember what the captain just said, though.
It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, which, you know, is a people before its place. Right?
Right.
It says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have pity.
All right, so again, remember what the captain just said. And do y'all know what that word mark in Ezekiel 9 and 4 is in the Hebrew? Good, bro. All right. Now, go back to Revelation 9, and where were we at?
Now we're still in verse 4.
So read verse 4 again.
Con.
And remember what the captain said. Go ahead.
Revelation 9 and 4, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of the Most High in their foreheads.
That's right. So, who are those men? Jakes. Yep.
No.
Jakes that were fighting. That pretty much. So that. Let me see that last part after that colon. Where are we?
Right here in verse 4.
Yeah, it says, but only those men which have not the seal of the Most High in their foreheads. And that's Jacob.
Right.
That was fighting in the wars.
Mm.
And that's all these people right here. You know, Tuskegee came in World War II, right?
Yeah.
You know, when I was primarily Judah, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of Gad and Reuben fought in the wars too. A lot of Gad and Reuben fought in World War I and World War II.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
Nicolas Cage.
Yep. I think Navajo.
Navajo Indians, to break the code, Indian code,
Yeah.
code system. So
had the Harlem Hellfighters as well in World War II. And some of those men were extremely highly distinguished, like won medals of honor and great medals, did well.
Yeah. You see? Because Jake, you know, we know how to fight. You know, we can pick up any instrument made by any other nation.
Right.
Look at it, okay, understand it, and know how to work that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Real shit.
yeah, right.
Because even when you go into the Chronicles, when King David was gathering his troops, it talks of every tribe had a sense of how to use the sword and the bow and the buckler and the shield. You know, the shield is big, the buckler is like a smaller, more agile stuff. You know, it had know how to do a spear, all that. Shoot, King Saul, what nationality was he? King Saul, or what tribe? What was he good at throwing? It's like a long ass spear, but he's a Benjamin. But the scripture won't talk about how Benjamin is a warrior tribe.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's just Israelites in general. We can pick up something. That's why the scriptures say what? We should turn you into hunters and fishers. That's why the scriptures say, "Ye are my battle axe." We could take shoot. Give me the account where a Levite put in work on an Edomite. Yeah. I wasn't thinking of that one, but now that you say that, absolutely. Because all of them are Levites. You know, out of that, what's that? The Hasmoneans and whatnot. All that, those are Levites. That going into that transition, going into the Gospels, which is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. There's a transition. That's how what's his name? Fucking King Herod got to kind of know the laws and the statutes and commandments of the Israelites because he was taught. You know, Jake started going off and started teaching every fucking body what we do.
Right.
And it was mainly the Levites. No wonder of Malachi, we have a book of Malachi. You know, because Levi be going on. Good, man.
It says, as you know, they all, Levi, I mean, temple, service of the temple, service of the Lord. But don't forget, listen to this. We already know it, but it says, yes, in the Hebrew Bible, it says the Levites were primarily responsible for guarding and protecting the temple. Even though they are the priests, they still got that warrior in them.
Yeah.
Let's even say this too. I know a lot of the tribes and stuff went to war, but who shed blood more daily than any other tribe? Yeah. Regardless if it was a human, if it was a turtle dove, if it was a sheep, if it was a sacrifice, every day they were drawing more blood than any. Think about that. So Levi know how to get down. So do y'all have that account I was talking about though?
I believe it's 1 Samuel 15, where Saul disobeyed the Lord and was supposed to kill King Agag. So pretty much Samuel had to go ahead and do what he had to do.
I like hearing. How did he do it?
Cut him into little bitty pieces.
Shoot it into pieces. Some violent killing, right? So that goes to prove the point that all the tribes can get down if they need to get down. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All of them. Very well rounded. Just some tribes are better than the next. And that was bad. Reuben and half the tribe of the next. It was really like, damn, Judah can get down. Benjamin can get down. But y'all got issues.
Right.
Y'all got fucking issues, man. These things. Y'all got issues when it like, bro, like, chill.
Right.
Eric, low key, man.
Cool.
Issachar, bro. That's a violent fucking tribe. Shit. Because really, they probably picked that up from their brothers. Because, Reuben and Gad, they be doing all that scalping shit.
Yeah, right.
One of my favorite, this brother knows, one of my favorite chiefs, his name is Chief Rain in the Face. You know how he got his name? Because he kept killing people and his blood was splattering his face. So they call him Chief Gaza, which translates to rain in the face. You know, out there. I think he's the one. How he killed General Custer. Like he stabbed him through, and then went up in him, and stabbed him here, went up in him, took his heart out, just like that.
Yeah.
And they say that, the hit and miss and shit, say they still beat him and shit, but that's how he killed him.
Indiana Jones.
Awesome shit. Gad be fucking crazy.
Right. Hell yeah.
They get that fucking crazy eye in them, Woo! Start dancing shit. Fucking going crazy.
Apocalypto, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Issachar.
Get that on there.
But that's the problem with Issachar. They be violent to themselves.
Yeah.
But it's simple as hell when the white man comes.
Right, yeah, right. Right.
If you look up the history, I'm not diverting. If you look up the history when the white man came to the Incas, like we were just talking about, they freely gave themselves up to Esau.
Yeah.
Purposely put themselves in slavery.
Thought it was a prophecy.
Yeah.
Real shit. They thought it was a prophecy. They saw this pale skin. This guy has to be. They gave themselves up. And it was so easy for Esau to take down their kingdoms. Because they, here we go, literally, simple as as simple as Gad is, at least they try to fight back.
Right.
At least they try to fight back.
Damn.
Gad, you watch it in that series, you watch it in the Revenant.
That shit was wild.
Yeah.
In the Revenant,
That shit was
Esau, if smallpox wasn't a thing, Esau would have got eradicated. If all the tribes, the Gadite and Reubenite tribes were on the same page, they would have kicked them straight back to fucking Britain.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because God was way better when it comes, Esau was stiff ass. Yeah, jumping out of trees and shit.
that one scene when old dude in that show, he took the gun. He was basically fighting with his knife and his gun and the arrow. Very versatile.
Damn.
Just killing a whole bunch of crackers. Scabbing them on top of the horse with the
Then afterwards,
Guerrilla warfare tactics came out of that too.
So back to the script. So the ones that sealed, you can get the piece, you can put a precept next to that, which is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And that's pretty much Jacob's fighting in the wars. Go to verse 5.
Con, this Revelation chapter.
So exactly. So those men survived those wars. So some of us here are great. Some of them we don't know our great grandfathers and stuff. They was fighting in the wars.
Yeah.
We have a real, our blood in our system, the pedigree that we have. We got a real championship type pedigree in our blood, man. Like horse racing. You want thoroughbred. You want a horse that has a pedigree of winning championships to make it another one that has a pedigree of winning championships to make it a championship pony horse when it comes up. You know what I'm saying? We have that in our system. We have that in our DNA and our blood. We don't. Matter of fact, get that in Psalms.
Can I grab this real quick?
Hold on 1 second before I lose my train of thought. Get that in Psalms. I want to say it's like Psalm either 137 or one something, where it says, "The Lord teaches my hands to war."
Yes.
144. Get that.
144.
He teaches my hands to war, man.
Yep.
All right. Because there's some of us on this planet Earth that ain't never picked up a dagger unless you're cooking or something. And it's quiet. If anything, I would be okay with that being loud. Shit, goddamn. Teaming.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what he's saying, like, because
That's the
Volkswagen
spirit,
and
bro.
all that shit.
Yeah, that's it. He was just talking about it.
Yeah, Porsche is German. Bro, get that.
Count Psalms 144. Start from the top, a Psalm of David. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight.
See that? So in that day, you know, you may not be in the boxing or any type of form of martial art or practicing, in a sense, using a certain type of instrument. Not gonna, say it on camera. Using a certain type of instrument and you practice with it to get proficient at it. You may not know that. But when the time comes, the spiritual power, he's gonna teach you on the dot. Because we have it in our blood. It's in your blood. Y'all, your spirits have been to war before. Y'all have experienced combat before. All of y'all, all of us up here, we've experienced all of it. And that's when that recollection is gonna kick in. Esau, you don't use 10% of your brain. The spiritual power, we're gonna use 100, and we're gonna remember some things. Like, oh shoot, flashback, ding. I know how to do all that shit.
It's like the Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because he was, yep.
Warrior in different times.
The warrior in different times. Because the Assassin's Creed is like, almost like artificial intelligence type shit.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed was before its time.
Yeah, it was. It was. Go ahead, bro.
Alright. I mentioned the Harlem Hellfighters earlier.
Yep.
They were around in World War I and World War II. And they got their name from the Teamanites, from the Germans, for fighting a long 191-day battle in Argonne. And they called them the Harlem Conquer, which are the Hellfighters. And then they were also named Men of Bronze. Just wanted to throw those out there.
Wow, men of bronze.
Men of Bronze.
So,
Speaking about how the Lord make our hands precept be great. But really, at the end of the day, most of us we ain't sitting around training. Really, it be the spirit of the Lord. Well, you know what I mean. Really, it be the spirit of the Lord. We are part of that number. And it's, we're to take the kingdom, like the scriptures say. It says the saints will. It's really, something ain't fighting, man. Like, some brothers ain't grow up fighting. It's not into stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it really be the spirit of the Lord that's going to come on. It's been there for a time.
Because you're going to have to be forced to be there. And at some point. You're going to have to be forced to be there.
This is, real quick, this is Judges 6:34. This is speaking about Gideon. Which there's other precepts where it says, you look up, the Spirit of the Lord came upon you, go into these different accounts, but they're actually like,
Samson.
The Spirit of the Lord came upon him to slay 600 and something like thousands.
We could get Jephthah.
And that jawbone too.
You could get Jephthah too.
They don't usually start off with the Spirit of the Lord came upon him. Yeah. Really be of the Lord, and really don't be of the Lord.
Right.
The Spirit of the Lord is made of the Spirit of the house, I should shine, faith, that's all.
You gotta imagine that like a video game and the Lord just playing at your phone.
It says, Judges 6:34, and the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh, came upon Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, which led by the Spirit of Yahweh.
Get back to Revelation 9.
Going back to Revelation chapter 9, now we're at verse 5. And it reads, and to them,
Oh, you have to say it
oh, it's like,
like that. Finally, at verse 5.
through man.
It's Kyle, man.
Verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man.
Y'all know what the 5 months is? All right.
Well, 5 years. 19.
Thank you, brother. Yep, the 5 months is the 5 years.
And then wasn't there a certain treaty that actually ended?
No, we're gonna get to that.
Okay, okay.
Yep. The 5 months is the 5 years. Because so how do you tell time? How do you tell what time you live in? What precept is that?
It's like 1 Peter 4:17, I believe.
Here you go. Where it talks about 1,000 years.
1,000 years.
Yeah, so that's formula. You know what I'm saying? So you take it down to months so you can understand it. So even so, there's even weeks. You got weeks. You're saying Genesis something?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's for the Daniel. I saw him at Daniel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But what are you talking about in Genesis, though? I think I know what you're talking about. The synopsis. Give me a synopsis of it.
I just know they deal with the birth of the 12 tribes or like that, or something. I don't know. It's like
Not necessarily the birth of the 12 tribes. Before you get it, I'm gonna make you think. Because that's how you know, like, say you're speaking of something, or when you come on the other side, say you're speaking, and you may not know the actual verse. Like me, I don't be knowing the verses of, like Proverbs 16 and 2. I don't be knowing it like that.
Yeah.
But I can give you brothers here a gist of what it is so they can find it. So that's what I'm trying to make you do. So, with that being said, I know where you're going.
yeah.
It's not necessarily about the verse of the 12 tribes. It's in a similar chapter that we're speaking about. But what was?
I haven't gone over it like 4 or 5 months.
Okay, so you know who is it speaking about then? If you're talking about the tribes, who's the progenitor of the tribes?
Jacob.
Okay, cool. So it's speaking about Jacob, right?
Uh-huh.
And who? Okay, cool, great. And what did he have to do to get
Oh, he had to go and work for her dad, but he had
Go
to
get
go
it.
twice home.
There you go. Now go get it. So now we have a gist of where he wanted to go. So show me, you're thinking of a specific verse. Well, show me that verse that we're talking about. Because it said weeks in it, right? All right. Follow-up question. He's going to that. How many years did Jacob serve his uncle, right? Who's his uncle? How many years did he serve his uncle? How many years did he serve to acquire his first wife? Jacob. The one he really didn't want. And who was that?
I believe he 1 year.
Wow.
No, 7 years.
Okay.
7 years.
And who did he get?
Later.
Okay. And he didn't want Leah though. Who did he want?
Rachel.
Right. So what did Laban have? What did Laban say?
Oh yeah, another 7 years.
Exactly. So he worked 7 years already, got Leah. Worked another 7 years to get who?
Rachel.
And what did he do after he got Rachel? Before Rachel.
Say it again.
What did he do after he got Rachel for? What did he do for Laban after he gave him Rachel? He worked another. So how long did Jacob work for Laban?
7 times 3.
21 years.
21 years.
21,
He worked 21 years. Have you found it yet?
No, I'm in Genesis 29, I think I have a precept in Daniel. Can I go Daniel right quick? Because
Nah, we gonna deal here. I'll find it for you.
Oh, I found it. It's 29, 27.
Okay, yeah.
It says, fulfill, Genesis 29, verse 27, fulfill her weeks.
And I know why you're thinking about Book of Daniel.
Yeah.
You're thinking about Daniel, the 12 chapters. Right. So go ahead and read that.
It says, fulfill her weeks, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years.
So why did he say weeks? Because a week is 7 what?
A day.
Right. So in a sense, a week will be considered years, or like 1 week. You know what I'm saying? One, whatever. See what I'm saying? So technically, that equals 7 years to us. So one, like 1 week to the Lord is 7 years to us. In a sense. You know what I'm saying? In a sense.
That makes sense.
I'm overthinking it though, because time, man. I remember years back, I spoke to Elder Ayala one time. He's like, man, this is why you don't really overly indulge yourself in time. Because you get your scoopers moving a little harder. Just deal with what it says in the scripts. One day it's down here, down the one day it's like, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
No part outside.
Yep, no part outside part. But that's what you get. When you go into David 12 and it speaks about those weeks, that's how you can calculate it. That point. All right, good. Go back to Revelation 9, and then all right, we'll finish this last one.
Con. This Revelation chapter 9, switch it up, in verse 6.
God.
And in those days shall man seek death, and shall not find it. And it shall desire, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
And I had looked up how many died in the First World War. They estimate between 15 to 40 million people died in the war. War to end our wars. So, like you said,
Going back to Revelation chapter 9, and now we at verse 6, it says, and in those days shall men seek death.
people getting their limbs blown off, half their fucking head missing, and living.
Right.
And Lieutenant Dave, no legs, their whole waist gone. Imagine living a life. You go home from the war. You go home to your woman. You can't even deal with your fucking woman anymore.
Right.
You would want to put yourself to sleep. Lack of better words, right? You can't,
Damn.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
You can't have no more. Your bloodline is pretty much over.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's fucked, man.
So they should seek death. Yeah, man, sure. And they, no, that was a painful life because they didn't have.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's like you got it. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I had no plastic surgery back then
I
like
don't even know, did they have morphine back then?
Put a fucking banana on your.
I know a lot of them
I know World War
drink.
II they did. World War II they did. Yeah, I don't even think they did, man.
Oh, this famous picture right here, this guy got half of his face blown off.
Yeah.
Right here. This man he used to have a nose on the one
Right
side.
there, right there, yeah. Oh,
then
yeah.
the other side, he ain't got no damn nose, man. That's the reality of it, man. Shit, man.
It's the brutality of that First World War.
And that prophecy, that was going to come back to today. People gonna die, experience much more gruesome things than World War I and II. Coming up in this, because World War III is going to be a whole bunch of fronts too. It's going to be a civil war here. This is going to be all under the banner of World War III. So that's all I'm going to do. Do y'all have any more questions? If not, anybody have any closing concerns? All right. Yeah, so with that, we're going to give all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem,
double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and rule and teach world. Peace and salutation to the 1144 first fruit. Until the next time, shalom.
Shalom.